This is a really good beer. This Pacific Ale is the right color to be a Pacific Ale. A little bit cloudy, like it's supposed to be. Just beautiful white head on it. Beautiful color. Really refreshing. This is really nice beer. If you're ready to make a small batch of beer, these new 10-liter Fresh Wort Kits are the way to go. So there are two 7.5-liter bags in here, which are perfect for filling the right fermentable amount into a 10-liter vessel like this one. So this is a Pacific Ale from All Inn. They're really great. If you don't know Pacific Ale, it is a unique Australian style of beer. It takes Galaxy hops, a little bit of Pilsner malt, a little bit of wheat, and makes a nice light-colored beverage with a really zesty, passion-fruity, awesome hop character. Pacific Ale kind of changed the game when it came out. And this Pacific Ale is no different. It's delicious. It's exactly like the ones that you know from bigger brands like Stone and Wood and all the other ones that get made. Be careful when you're opening these boxes. Never use a blade across them. You could wind up slicing the bag inside. What we're gonna do instead is just cut the tape on the side just like that. Grab a part of the tape like this and pull it off like that. So that you don't hurt what's inside of it. And what do we find in here? Oh, well, instead of one big bag, you get two little bags. This is exactly what the brewer makes on the hot side in the brewery and sends to the cellar so that it can be fermented in the tanks, the fermenters, the uni tanks. All that they're making in the hot side is exactly what's in these bags. So you get an authentic all grain beer no matter which style you choose. These are shelf stable for like a year. I mean, they will not go off until you're ready to use them. You open them up. Once you open it up, you cannot close the bag. It's a one-way ticket into the fermenter. So let's do that. Prepare your fermenter first. First, you're gonna fill it with about 5 liters or so of sanitizer that you're gonna mix up. I would recommend using the Atomic 15 foaming sanitizer from Keg King because, well, it's the best one that's out there. We're just gonna pour this sanitizer out. I've already pressurized this vessel, moved a bit of the liquid through it so that it comes out and cleans out the assembly in the posts and out of the dip tube. So this is all nice, sparkling clean, ready to go. When you take your lid assembly off, go ahead and pop it into a jug just like that, because then you can pour this liquid in on top of it. So once you get your bag out of the box, give it a spray with some sanitizer. I would suggest having it in your hand pretty much just like this. Now this beer particularly is at 1060 in gravity. So if I take 500 mils of water, that should knock me back to about 1056, 1055, somewhere in there. And that's just like off the top of my head calculator. You guys can look that up and see how accurate I am, because I'm probably not that accurate with it. But that should make it a little bit more sessionable to add a little bit of water just like that. With this kit, it was recommended that you use US-05 yeast. So there are tons of US-05 style yeasts out there. So if you can't get US-05, you can try Bluestone San Diego, something like that. You'll get very similar flavors. Now you could only pitch half of this if you wanted to, but there's kind of no point. This is actually pretty inexpensive to purchase in the first place. And if you try to maybe keep it, it might not keep well. It could potentially pick up other microbes. So just go ahead and pitch the whole thing. For the next step, take your cap for your 10-liter fermenter and put it into place like this. And find your cap collar and put it into place like this. This is the Spundy from Keg King. These are awesome, compact little spunding valves. And they just go directly on top on the gas side post like that. So the spunding valve on top is going to control the pressure you keep in the vessel. In this case, I would choose about 10 psi for an ale fermentation just like this one. So with the 7.5 that the bag provided us and the extra 500 mils on top of that to bring it to 8 liters, we have enough headspace in here to build a bit of krausen, and we have the pressure that's going to be at 10 psi set to be able to hold the krausen down so it doesn't just start overflowing the vessel. So we'll check back in a little bit, but what we're gonna do is throw this vessel into this little mini device over here. This is the Solstice Mini. These things are fantastic. They do heating and cooling, and they fit a little keg like this. So if you're interested in a small space to do pressure fermentation, this is the way to get it done. Time to put this little baby 10-liter fermenter in here. We'll just tuck these little cables around it. Those are your gas and liquid tubes for later. So now that we're all finished, we can just do a little bit of cleanup around this, and we can discuss what's going to happen during fermentation over here. Some of you might think that there's going to be light strike with this, but you're smarter than that. You're going to cover the top of your Solstice Mini with something to protect it from light. And this way, if you were going to do this kind of fermentation regularly, you can choose to use a clear vessel like the Junior, or you can get a actually opaque keg called the 10-liter Bullock keg that has a light shield in it already so that light can't strike it. Why don't you want light on your beers? Well, it's simple. You don't want light on your beers because light degrades the hop oils into a substance called mercaptan. And mercaptan is the same smell that a skunk creates. So if you know what a skunk smells like, then you know what mercaptan smells like, and you know you don't want it in your beer. So I'm about a size large when it comes to black t-shirts, and that's a black t-shirt protecting this thing from light.
Several days later.
So now that beer's finished, it's a great opportunity, because there's plenty of it, to invite a couple of friends over. So let's do that. I forgot I don't have any friends. Just kidding. These little wort kits are actually really easy to use, and they're really fun. We've got a couple from Artisan Ale that are going to be available, as well as the All Inn kits. So check them out, because they do make things easy. It's plenty of beer for a little party. Guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Check out 10-liter wort kits from Keg King. Cheers. Cheers.